All right. So clearly we can see that this ship is wrecked. Hence shipwrecked. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a quick, brief backstory on, I'm just going to prep you a little bit. So Paul was in Caesarea, and he was accused of harming the Jews in Jerusalem, but he really didn't. The Jewish leaders were just mad because Paul preached that Jesus was alive, after they persecuted him. So they were mad at him for preaching that Jesus is alive, just repent of your sins. They were just being ignorant. So Paul chose to be tried by Caesar in Rome, then by Festus in Jerusalem, because the Jewish leaders had a plot to ambush and kill him if he was to go to Jerusalem to be tried by Festus. So Agrippa, he's just another king. He was in Rome. He heard about the case and heard Paul's side of the story of everything. And then Agrippa, Festus, and some others realized Paul didn't need death or imprisonment, but because Paul appealed to Caesar, he still had to go to trial. So that brings us to, let's get into this thing. The deets. So I'm a writer, y'all. Y'all don't have to read it. I'll read it. Okay? Ready?
Is that the details?
Yes, the deets. The details of the actual story.
Okay.
So, Paul and other prisoners were being transported to their designated places, so they were on a boat, and there was a terrible storm for over 2 weeks, and everyone was shook, so they were scared. The sailors even tried to abandon ship, so the people that was leading the boat, they tried to abandon ship, but Paul stepped in and let the commanding officer and the soldiers know that they couldn't survive without the sailors. So they cut the ropes of the lifeboat and let it drift away. So basically it was all for one for all. So everyone was worried and hadn't eaten all this time on that boat. So for 2 weeks, they didn't eat, right? But Paul encouraged them by giving God praise and blessing the food. So they all ate, and they just kept throwing things overboard to lighten the load. The storm was just terrible. So it was just, they felt like the boat was going to tip over at any time. So as the morning came about, they saw an island, and they tried to get the boat onto it, but hit a shallow part of the water too quick, so the boat started to become wrecked. The soldiers wanted to kill prisoners to keep them from escaping, because since the boat was being wrecked, now they can escape at any time because nobody's keeping account for them. But the commanding officer wanted to spare Paul, so the plan was for people to swim or hold on to wrecked parts of the ship to get to the shore. They all made it, and the people on the island was mad cool, so they met up with people on the islands. They all made it safely.
You know the name of the island?
No, I forgot. Okay. I'm sorry. Can you tell us? Do you know?
I can't think of it.
Okay, I forgot it. I'm sorry. But they all made it. They were safe, and they were making fires to keep them warm, the people on the island. And as Paul went to get some firewood, he was bitten by a venomous snake. So the people who saw this immediately thought he was a murderer and thought he was getting what he deserved, even though he escaped the wreck from the boat. But, of course, Paul just shook it into the fire, and he was fine, because he's a man of God. So let's move on. My observations was that God protected Paul and the passengers of the ship through an extremely tumultuous storm when they all thought their life was going to end. Paul praised God through the storm. And although the snake bite should have meant death, Paul was just fine. And from there, I would just want to inspire you. Let's go back. No.
Hold up.
Go again. Look again.
There you go. Woo!
So let me inspire you. These people should have and very well could have died. There were so many obstacles that almost seemed impossible to overcome. The worry caused everyone to starve themselves and almost take some innocent lives during the actual wreck. Do you ever feel like your shipwrecks are just wrecking you? Do you feel like certain issues are an end-all, be-all? Do you just feel overwhelmed and like there's no way out?
Yes.
If you do, I'm here to tell you.
Inspire me, girl. Tell me.
Yes.
Come on now.
God is in the business of saving lives. He will protect you through all of your trials. I bet you were in a situation a couple days, a few months, or even a year ago that you didn't think you would make through. But look at God's grace. You are still here, living. Don't let your current tumultuous moments allow you to forget that God will forever protect you.
Amen.
That doesn't mean that you won't go through things.
Right.
It just means that He will still be with you through your storm. And I want you to be encouraged. Okay, so I have a couple things to share with you to keep you encouraged. The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time.
Amen.
That's Psalms 34:19. We are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. That's 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. And for the folks that may have your name in their mouths or are quick to judge when they know nothing of your situation or who you truly are,
Well,
just know that fools have no interest in understanding. They only want to air their own opinions. And that is Proverbs 18:2. So even though those people were speaking, thinking he was a murderer, they didn't know that he was a man of God. If you want to read the story in full detail, please refer to Acts 26-28, verse 6. And that is it for me.
wow, my goodness. All these presenters are
I'm
from
learning
here.
about grapefruit size basketballs. Basketball
Wow.
size grapefruit.
Any questions for the Isoke Earl girl? Are there any questions?
Okay.